Hello, thank you for watching. I'm Emily of Healing Lotus Massage, and today I'll be going over some stretches with you here in the office, hence the face mask. Gotta stay nice and safe. So this stretch is really great for change of seasons, stress when you've been typing at the computer all day, tightness just from wearing a mask all day long. This is a really great way to get your neck nice and loose, especially if you're feeling any pain anywhere. So we're going to start out with kind of a basic stretch, and then we'll go into some potential modifications afterwards. All right, so we're going to start out, this is like a 6-pointed stretch. So if you imagine like an X with a line going in the middle of the X. So we're going to start with one of the lines that makes the X. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our nose down towards our chin at a 45-degree angle. And you should be able to feel a stretch kind of in the back on the opposite side of your neck. When you feel an area where it's nice and stretched, take some deep breaths. And then come back to center. So now that we've done one part of that line, we're going to do the other part of that line. So now we're going to take our ear down towards our opposite shoulder. And if it helps to imagine pushing your chin up towards the ceiling at a 45-degree angle. So you should be able to feel that stretch in the front here. And again, when you feel that nice stretch, go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Sink into that stretch, and then come back to center. So we've done one line of the cross, or the X, excuse me, now we're going to do the other line of the X. So again, we'll start by taking our nose down towards our chin, our nose down towards our shoulder at a 45-degree angle. And you should be able to feel a stretch back in here. And when you feel a good amount of stretch, take a nice deep breath. And sink into that stretch. And then come back to center. So now we're going to do the other side of that stretch. So again, we're going to take our ear down towards our shoulder on the opposite side. You can imagine pushing your chin up towards the ceiling at a 45-degree angle. And you can feel that stretch right here in the front. Nice deep breath. Sink in. And then back to center. So we've done the X part of the 6-way stretch. So now we're going to bring our ear down towards our shoulder. Since I've got a nice tight neck with lots of injuries, it doesn't like to move that far. But you should be able to feel a stretch on the opposite side. When you feel a nice good stretch, take a nice deep breath. Sink into that stretch. And then come back to center. Now we're going to do the other side, so we'll take that ear to that shoulder. Try not to let your nose fall towards your shoulder if you can. So you should be able to feel a nice good stretch in here. Nice deep breath. Sink into that stretch. And then back to center. So that at any point you feel any pain or discomfort during a stretch, don't try to go further into that stretch. You don't want to be feeling any pain while you're actually in the stretch itself. It should just feel like things are relaxing and opening and moving. All right. So a nice way to modify this stretch, if you'd like, again, there are many different ways to modify, depending on if you are having issues. For example, like I said, my neck doesn't really do much more when it comes to going side to side. So one thing I like to do to get a deeper stretch is I'll take my hand against my ear, and I'm going to push my hand against my head, but I'm going to cause some resistance. I'm going to activate these muscles by pushing my ear against my hand at the same time. So I have two forces pushing in against each other. So I'm not just doing this, and I'm not doing this. Again, by those two forces together, I'm creating a nice amount of active engagement in these different muscles. I like to hold it for a nice deep breath. And then I'll stop that engagement. And then, as you can see, you get a lot more range of motion happening here. Nice deep breath where you feel a stretch. And back to center. So again, I'll show you. This is a good way to modify things. Because things get really tight in my neck, it's really easy to see. So I'm going to take this ear and push it against my hand while I'm pushing my hand against my ear. Nice deep breath. And then I'll go back into that stretch. Much better range of motion. When I feel stretched, take a nice deep breath. And then come back to center. So again, you can repeat that modification when you're going through the crosses, the X as well. I keep calling it a cross because they cross in front of each other. So again, if you're going to be moving to one side, that's the side that you want to create that active engagement in. Nice deep breath. Release that active engagement and then go into your stretch. So not only will you feel a deeper stretch in that area, but you should be able to feel that stretch lengthening as well. So maybe the first time I did it, I felt this much of a stretch, like just in here. But now that I've done that active engagement, I can feel that stretch all the way from here, all the way up into here, throughout that entire muscle belly and the nearby muscles themselves. So again, what I like to do with this modification is I like to do opposite sides to try and keep things balanced, again, because I've got neck issues. So we're going to push on the other side of our head now, create that active engagement. And then repeat that same stretch. So I'm going to bring my nose down towards my shoulder. So again, last time where I maybe only felt that stretch in here, I can now feel it down into my shoulder, into my subscapularis, and I can feel it further up into my scalp. And back to center. All right, so let's finish off the six-pointed modification stretch. So again, we're going to push our ear and our hand against each other to create that active engagement. And then we're going to bring our ear back towards our shoulder, pushing our chin up towards the ceiling at a 45-degree angle. And this is a really great stretch for people that are wearing masks all day long, because with that active engagement, again, instead of feeling that stretch right in here, I can feel that stretch all through here, even onto that right side just a little bit, and then further down here to really open up this area. And back to center. And then again on the other side. So now we're going to bring this ear towards our shoulder, and then bring our chin up towards the ceiling at a 45-degree angle. And if for some reason you're not feeling a stretch, you're always welcome to kind of move your chin around just a little bit. This isn't the type of stretch where you're looking for lots of movement. Again, you're just wanting to really elongate the tissues, really open things up, get a nice good stretch. And then back to center. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hope that helped you. I'll see you next time. Take care.